This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Thursday, July 16th. Cloudy and humid throughout the day with a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm. The high will be 89. More of the same on the way this evening with a low of 75. Here are today's headlines. Well before the 2026 World Cup began, the members of the North Texas FIFA Organizing Committee were thinking ahead to the region's next chance to host a World Cup. Now, not the men's. Talking about the women's. It's expected FIFA will award the 2031 event in November or December ahead of the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil. The United States is the only reported bidder, and North Texas is among 14 regions that are part of the proposal. North Texas fell short in landing this men's World Cup final, but the past month has shown the region is more than capable of landing the women's title match, which the organizing committee highlighted Monday in a news conference before Tuesday's final match at AT&T Stadium. Monica Paul, president of the local FIFA organizing committee and executive director of the Dallas Sports Commission, said the first goal in putting North Texas's best foot forward in that bid was to show FIFA how strong this region could be in all aspects of operation: games, the fan festival, transportation, and a strong network of volunteers. Paul also said that it will be important for North Texas to show support for women's soccer in general, and specifically the local team, Dallas Trinity FC, which competes in the USL Super League. In other news, since last June, a bill signed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott making daylight saving time permanent has been in line to go into effect should the federal government enable states to do so. The House passed a bill Tuesday with bipartisan support that, if passed by the Senate and signed by President Donald Trump, would clear the way for Texas's trigger law to go into effect. Texas's House Bill 1393 followed years of advocacy by state legislators to axe the time change or pass the issue to voters. The bill will require Texas to permanently observe daylight saving time as soon as Congress opens the door through pertinent legislation. Since their formal inception in 1918 with the Standard Time Act, time changes have seen a few legislative adjustments. The Uniform Time Act of 1966 has led American clocks to switch from standard time to daylight saving time year after year. The act mandates states either switch to and from daylight saving time on federally standardized dates of the second Sunday in March and the first Sunday of November, or opt out of daylight saving time entirely. Next up, Karmelo Anthony's defense attorneys struck a handshake deal intended to protect their client from his past. Each side stood to gain from the idea floated by the lead prosecutor, wrote Mike Howard, Anthony's trial attorney, in a sworn affidavit appealing Anthony's conviction. Jurors and reporters would never hear that the victim and his twin brother had been accused of bullying and racism. They'd never see Anthony's cell phone records. His school disciplinary history would stay sealed. The gentleman's agreement, detailed in Howard's affidavit, meant the jury would see the case through a narrow lens, zoomed in on the morning of April 2, 2025, the minutes before and after Anthony fatally stabbed Austin Metcalf. Anthony called it an act of self-defense. The state called it murder. Howard's statement offers the clearest look yet at the defense team's strategy and how it unraveled under the confines of an agreement designed to shield the histories of three teenagers at the center of the case. In Howard's telling, prosecutors backed out of the deal on the cusp of the trial's most consequential moment, a betrayal that would cost Anthony his chance to take the stand. The timing was so unjust, his lawyers argued in the appeal filed last week that Anthony deserves a new trial. The prosecution has denied the accusations of misconduct. And Prosper resident Devin Brown left his home for a lunch break on Tuesday afternoon. When he returned 90 minutes later, he had 2 tickets to the World Cup final. Brown was the first contestant to play the Take Your Shot Challenge at the Men in Blazers Matchday Live show at Frisco Square on Tuesday. In front of his wife Asia and son Arrington, Devin rifled a soccer ball into a gigantic suitcase as part of the Marriott Bonvoy giveaway, earning a trip to New York for him and his son to watch the World Cup final between Spain and Argentina on Sunday. Devin's love of soccer began when he was 5 years old, and he spent years teaching his wife, son, and mother about the sport. And now, he gets to introduce his son to the world's game through an unforgettable experience. Devin is rooting for Spain, while Arrington wants Argentina to win. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.